She thought it was a robbery. He thought it was his Uber. Neither of them knew that mistake would change their lives forever. Helen Davis never looked like the kind of woman who would change lives. At 27, she was just another overworked assistant. But what no one saw, what even Helen herself didn't fully believe, was the fire she carried inside her. A fire that one wrong ride on one ordinary morning was about to ignite. She wasn't just heading to work that day. She was heading straight into the moment that would transform her, from a forgotten assistant into a woman of influence, courage and destiny. You are welcome to Chetnall's Stories. Adrian Blake, a wealthy CEO with no patience for waiting, checked his watch again. His sleek Mercedes had broken down, and his first attempt at booking an Uber was already testing his nerves. Then a silver Toyota stopped at the red light in front of him. Without thinking, Adrian opened the back door, tossed his briefcase inside, and barked, "Go, just go." "Excuse me?" cried the driver, a young woman with fire in her eyes. "Drive, please." "I'm late," Adrian muttered, already typing furiously on his phone. Her hands tightened on the wheel, panic flashing across her face. "Oh my God, you're robbing me!" She slammed her foot on the gas. Adrian's phone slipped from his hand. "What? No. I thought you were my Uber. I work in an office, not a taxi." She shot back, pulling over so abruptly that Adrian nearly hit his head on the seat. For a long second, they sat frozen, breathing hard. Then, against all odds, they burst into laughter at the absurdity of it all. Her name was Helen Davis. She was running late because her younger sister had turned off her alarm to let her rest. He was late to court because his car failed him. What began as near disaster became an odd, unforgettable encounter. Fate or irony revealed that they both worked in the same law firm. Adrian was a senior partner, Helen a junior assistant with quiet ambitions. From that day, banter became their language. She called him Lost CEO, he called her the driver. But beneath the teasing, respect grew. Adrian saw more than just a witty woman. He saw someone grounded, someone whose honesty unsettled him in ways money never had. Others noticed too. Daniel, Helen's longtime mentor, who had always harbored a quiet admiration for her, warned her to keep her distance. Men like Adrian don't change. They take, they use, they move on. Helen wasn't sure herself, but something told her Adrian was different. One evening, Adrian offered Helen a promotion as a personal assistant to him directly. With triple pay, travel perks, and power. To him it was generosity. To her it was a test of her soul. She looked him in the eye and said, "No." Adrian froze. "No, why? Do you know how many people would—" "Because loyalty isn't for sale," Helen interrupted. "Daniel gave me a chance when no one else would. I won't abandon that for money. You can buy cars, companies, even people's silence, Adrian. But not my character. That's who I am, and I won't trade it." Her words cut deeper than she realized. For the first time in his life, Adrian saw his wealth as small compared to true integrity. Months passed. Helen wasn't just an assistant anymore. Inspired by Adrian's challenge and her own quiet hunger for growth, she began taking night classes in law, determined to rise beyond clerical work. She wanted more, not for wealth's sake, but to become someone who could change lives. Adrian watched her transformation with awe. She stumbled, she struggled, but she never quit. One late evening, as she studied in the dim office library, Adrian said softly, "You're not the same woman I met in that car." She smiled without looking up. "Neither are you." When Daniel fell gravely ill, Helen stepped up to handle cases he had left unfinished. Most expected her to fail. Instead, she argued with brilliance, fueled not by arrogance but by a deep desire to honor the man who believed in her when she was nobody. Adrian, sitting in the gallery, felt something shift in him. The woman who once panicked at the idea of being robbed was now commanding a courtroom with courage, grace and fire.
She won the case.
And in that moment, she also won something else, her own self-belief. Years later, Helen wasn't just an assistant anymore. She had become one of the firm's youngest associates, later rising to partner. She started a mentorship program for young women, creating the same kind of chance Daniel once gave her. Adrian, he didn't just find a partner in business. He found a partner in life. But more importantly, He found humility, purpose, and love, not because Helen accepted his wealth, but because she taught him the value of something money could never buy: principle. Helen once feared detours, but now she understood some detours were destiny in disguise. She knew that she had to focus on her own goals and prove herself as a capable lawyer. One of the most important lessons Helen learned was the value of perseverance and hard work. She realized that success doesn't come easily, and that she needed to put in the effort to achieve her goals. Another lesson Helen learned was the importance of building strong relationships with colleagues and mentors. Helen realized that having a strong support system was crucial in navigating the challenges of her new role. Helen also learned the value of taking risks and stepping out of her comfort zone. She realized that sometimes taking risks and being open to new experiences can lead to unexpected opportunities. Because sometimes the wrong ride takes you exactly where you need to be, not just to love, but to the truest version of yourself. Helen didn't just fall in love, she evolved. From a late assistant struggling with alarm clocks to a respected lawyer and mentor, her journey became living proof that every mistake can be a hidden doorway to greatness. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to leave your thoughts and also subscribe to Chetnal's Stories. Until our next video, stay hopeful and kind.